Rings of Power showrunners, cast, and crew, just keep opening your fucking mouths. It just makes it that much easier for us to call out what fools you are. Hello, this is Mara J, and I'm back with another video, and this is an interview with Morfydd Clark on Galadriel as a warrior. Galadriel as a warrior. Like I said in my previous video, basically reducing the most powerful mage in Middle-earth down to just an elven warrior, and how her version may surprise viewers of the Prime Video series. No, sweetheart. No fucking surprise whatsoever, especially for those Tolkien fans such as myself and others, who have been following this dumpster fire as it careens off a cliff, and how you've been bastardizing and butchering Tolkien's lore, Middle-earth, and characters and so forth. No, it's not going to come as any surprise to any of us, pretty much. But let's just see what you have to say. Again, show me that you have no fucking understanding of the character you're playing. Keep at it. Keep fucking at it, because you just keep making my job that much fucking easier calling out this bullshit. But at any rate, here it is. Fans of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings films have a fairly set image of elven ruler Galadriel. No, not just the fans of the films. I'm going to stop right there. Not just fans of the films. No, fans of Tolkien's lore. So we have a pretty set image, not just because of the films, but because of the books he wrote. How he literally described the character in terms of looks and personality and so forth. That's our set image. That's our fucking set image. It's not have anything whatsoever primarily to do with the films. No, the films came after everything Tolkien established. That was our set image. That right fucking there. Gizmodo. Really, again, you shill media. God damn, show us that you have no understanding of what you're talking about without telling us you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. And here it is, right fucking here. An ethereal, mystical figure who looks a lot like Cate Blanchett. Because, in terms of looks, that's how Tolkien described her. Yeah, in terms of looks, that's how Tolkien described her. And Cate Blanchett, don't you dare fucking disrespect her performance, because she embodies Galadriel. That's the Galadriel we knew based on how Tolkien wrote her. So her performance as Galadriel wasn't her version of the character or her interpretation of the character. She played the interpretation as set forth by Tolkien. This bitch, however, and I'm not going to be nice at all about this series whatsoever, has no understanding. None whatsoever. Nor do the showrunners, because they can't have a strong woman just be in the background, powerful mage, just in the background, kind of quote-unquote leading from behind and so forth. No, they can't have that. She has to be at the forefront, leading the charge, leading men into battle, because that's how you show strength. I hate this so much. Rings of Power, however, gives us a younger, more grounded and fiery take on the character courtesy of actor Morfydd Clark. Not fiery. She was always grounded. And it's going to be a younger version. Not that young. Not this fucking young. But a younger version. At a recent Rings of Power press day, IO9 got a chance to speak with Clark about how the series let her explore a new, more action-oriented interpretation of Galadriel and how she balanced that with the future version of the character as the glowing, seemingly all-knowing creature we meet in the later years of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth. We also meet her in the works that builds up the Second Age, First and Second Age, and so forth. I can't beat this dead horse enough. Silmarillion, Unfinished Tales, History of Middle-earth, and so forth. We don't just wait until Lord of the Rings and then finally fucking meet her, pretty much. She's already established, and she's established in the Second Age, pretty much how we meet her in the Third Age. Fucking hell. I think her serenity and wisdom is definitely hard-earned and something I was not aware of. Really? Bitch, you claimed you grew up with the books, and you weren't aware of this? Really? I knew The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and yes, the elves there have a kind of reach of serenity, but actually the elves caused a lot of damage and they did a lot of intense, stupid things. They used to make each other jump off buildings and stuff. Okay, when you unironically use "and stuff," fucking Christ almighty. But there it is, her limitation, right there. She knew The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. That's the expanse of her knowledge. But yet, she knows this character. She's trusting the showrunners for this interpretation of the character. Fucking Christ almighty. Loads of elves were, like, sentenced to death and things. They were really messy. Don't use like, unironically. I'm on my way to becoming an English teacher, alright? Fucking hell, don't use fillers like. You really sound so fucking stupid. This whole paragraph of the answer she gave is fucking stupid. So that was really interesting to find all that out. You couldn't do your own diligence and actually do research yourself. You were told. You were mansplained, pretty much. Clark also took some real-world inspiration from her portrayal. The only inspiration you need to fucking take is the inspiration from what Tolkien created. That's the inspiration. The fucking character you're playing. You're supposed to be playing Galadriel. This is not Galadriel. It is not. I also think that some of the most serene older people I know, when they tell you about their lives, you're like, oh my god, that makes sense that now you're so calm because you've been through it. But it was really fun and was really interesting to think about. As an immortal being, can you be young? No shit, Sherlock. They live long lives, but guess what? They kind of don't start out as old people. It's not like fucking Benjamin Buttons. They're young. They grow up. And something I clung on to is that if there was any sort of naivete to the elves, it would probably be arrogance, and that causes a lot of mess at times. One thing Galadriel was not was arrogant. With the best intentions, when you're that powerful and don't know your limits, it can be a bit dangerous. Well, there it is. That was a short article. Again, keep opening your mouths. Keep opening your mouths. Tell us. Make our job so much more easier when you literally show and tell us more often than not. You have no fucking understanding of what you're portraying. No fucking understanding of the source material. No fucking understanding of the lore. None whatsoever. Keep opening your mouths. You make our jobs just that much easier calling out this bullshit. But what is your thoughts? You in the comments, what are your thoughts on the answers Morford Clark gave? Do you agree with her? Do you disagree with her? I know I keep asking this and the general consensus is pretty much a resounding no. But are you planning on watching this series? For those who've been watching my videos know that I've pretty much gotten to a point where because of the gaslighting happening and the disparaging of Tolkien and so forth, particularly on social media, I will be watching this. I'm not saying how I'm going to be watching this, but I will be watching this because this needs to be, in a sense, talked about just so the word can get out about what they are doing to the Tolkien fandom. This is not at all based on anything Tolkien wrote whatsoever, and we have to not just talk about it on videos, but we have to talk about it amongst each other and demonstrate to the world that this right here is not the characters. Because normies, bless their hearts, do not know the lore like Tolkien fans do. And they're going to be going in to this series thinking that this is what Tolkien wrote. And we have to make sure that we protect the Tolkien estate, because sure as fucking hell, Simon Tolkien and the other grandchildren aren't right now. But at any rate, what are your takes on this whole situation? I will be live later on Twitch. My Twitch is Jade_Fire. I'll be playing Aliens Fireteam Elite tonight with, unless anything changes, Wicked Virtue and Biggles Mets. So come check that out, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I will also be live on my live channel / backup channel, Jade Shadow Live. I will post the links for all this, plus my merch. I have a merch store going on tpublic.com, so come check that out as well. More to come in the future, because I just established it about several days ago, so I'll be adding more items for purchase should you choose to do so, or at the very least share it. So I appreciate any and all things that people do in support of my channel, and I thank you all pretty much. So again, I'll post those links in the pinned comments. Check me out on Twitter or Twitch tonight. I'll be live on Twitch also tomorrow evening. Looks to be that way. If not, then you can find me in Lethal Lightning's chat modding, because he'll be doing his 24-hour stream. So that's going to be fun times for him. But at any rate, thank you all so much. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. This is Mara Jade, catching you on the dark side, and oh my fucking god, they are so stupid.